Hi. Hi. Good day. I want to say good day to you all, and I'm welcoming you to our fine and wonderful show for all Nigerians abroad, that you're not based in Nigeria, you're based in Europe, you're based in the States, or based in UK, or based in Asia. You're welcome to today's show. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to all the comments I've received on Facebook so far, on YouTube in the past couple of days. I know I could not come online on last Sunday. I was due to one or two things. Now I'm back. I'm welcoming all of you to today's show. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the comments, all the questions, all the lovable, affectionate comments. Today, before I go ahead, I want to ask if you have any questions, any queries, any worries. I know it's been about 2 weeks now that we haven't come together to share our burning desires regarding construction in Nigeria. I have said it on these several occasions that we should not be taken aback with what has happened to us, whether we've been let down by contractors or workmen or family members. There's always a circumstance that we cannot really control about according to our situation. Today, I want us to quickly, due to demand from quite a number of people from Asia, from Turkey precisely, and Italy, they were asking about foundation stages. And if you look at the topic today, forget about the fact that I have discussed something about this in the past, but quite a few guys still don't understand the rudiments and the basics of what entails when it comes to foundation. Some of them are very new, some of them don't even have, and they just know about foundation, but they don't know what goes on into foundation. So I'm taking us back. Sorry to those of you that have probably been following me in the past couple of weeks. I've gone up to roof level, up to plastering, but due to demand and request, I have to go back and come down to the level of quite a lot of people who don't have idea of what goes into foundation. So permit me, if I am going, I'm going back to some of the things I've mentioned on this forum. Bear with me one moment. I am going to send this to the forum again. Just bear with me. I'm getting the images right to few friends and fans that don't have the basic and rudiment idea of foundation building. So just bear with me one more time to those of us who are already an expert. Okay, right. Please, as we are going on the show today, if you have anything that you want to discuss, please don't hesitate. This is a forum that we are trying to put together. People have lost hope, they have lost desires, their inspiration and curiosity have been messed up, have been dashed. People come on this stage, they are crying, but I want to tell you, your hope is coming alive by tuning in to this show. Call friends, and we are going to discuss and let you reduce your body, remove the body, reduce the heartache, take off the heartache that you have experienced in the past. You want to smile again by watching this show. The image you're looking at on the show today is a barren land. Sorry, I'm going to repeat some of the things that I've said in the past. And also, please, if you have problem with the sound, do not be shy. Tell me whatever problems you have, and I will try and adjust my system. I've had from some of the videos I've done in the past, they said it's too loud, and I quite appreciate that. I know you love me, and I'm trying to get that. So let me just put my numbers across the screen now. If you want to WhatsApp me, you don't want to share anything on the forum, you are free. Plus 44 782 554 3535. You can WhatsApp me on that. Okay, you can WhatsApp me on this number, and I will treat your queries with confidentiality. All right. This is normal land as we are familiar with in various parts of Nigeria. Doesn't matter where you come from, we are familiar with a barren land. Barren land as it used to be. When you want to start a project, obviously you will need something like this, and this is basically what you got to get to before you can start a project. They come in various sizes. Please, I know quite a few of us have gone beyond this picture of land. Okay, some of us don't even, they are even a contractor by themselves. So various, I'm doing this for the purpose of the new people who don't have an idea of what goes into foundation construction. So this land come in various sizes. 100 by 60 is a standard plot, or 100 by 50, which is, it depends, 100 by 50 feet, 100 feet by 50 feet. They come, depends on the location where you want to buy it. If it's in Lagos, the interior places where you can buy, you're looking at the least price you can get a land. A nice land starts from 500,000 to 600 to any amount, 300 million, 200 million. It all depends on that. Okay, so and if whichever state you want to buy, whatever the price goes for that state is what you're going to look at. Okay, now this is when they don't. This is a land during the dry season when there is no grass on the land. This is a normal land. The image you're looking at here, for those of us who are just coming into the construction and building industry, you've been abroad for a very long time, and they are telling you some things. There are some terminologies that when they start telling you, you start getting confused and getting panic and say, you know what, I don't know this. But this kind of video and illustration and images will help you a lot. Okay, this is the land, and this is the pegging. This is the pegging of the land. Your contractor, when they get their laborers, they have to do the pegging. This is a small, very cheap wood that your contractor will have to do the line. Let me get the image of the line forever. Bear with me. How it looks like. Sorry, they do the line like this. Okay, they do a twine, a very strong twine, to mark the first and foremost, you've done the building plans. It's on the building plans that you do. They would do the wall around the land, and then they put the line. They put the wood at the edge. This is the pegging. Those standing 2 foot or 2 foot wood are called the pegging. They will peg that, and then the laborers, they will get the laborers to start digging the land. They dig it to, depending on the foundation, how deep your foundation will be, whether you want to build a 2-story building or a 3-story building. They peg the land, and your contractor will be telling you. So when your contractor is mentioning things like pegging, you have an idea of what they mean. So this is the first preparation. After you've bought the land, you've done the building plan, which an architect has already done for you. So they do the digging, and then after the digging, they get the materials like the granite. Bear with me. I'm going to get to that email. Also, this is the workmen are on the site now. They've done the pegging. They've marked the areas where the constructions will be laid. So they do the pegging. So to those of our new fans that are coming to the show, if you have any questions aside from the foundation, you can throw it here. I will not say because I'm doing foundation. I will still answer your queries. Okay, right. Okay, so that is pegging there. They do the pegging and they start the digging of the land. Okay, right. This is when the final digging is done. This is how they have now pegged it. I'm sorry, they've dug it out. They've dug the earth out in rooms and living rooms and name it. They are now the foundation is now ready. Well, they prepare the foundation for the mixture of concrete and cement. All right, I'm going to show you the image. When you get this, see, you bought the land, you've paid for it, you've surveyed it, because you need to survey before you get to this. I do the building plan. Your architect has done the building plan for you. They do this digging. They dig this out. The laborers, they pay the laborers to get this done for you. All right, please, if you have any problem with the sound, let me know so I can adjust it. So the image you're looking at there, for those of us who don't know what to do, what's the essence of the German floor? Is it a must? Right. Hello, Kolade. Good evening, or whichever country where you are coming to. Thank you for your question. Kolade, Mr. Alabi is asking about what is the essence of German floor. Yes, German floor. Why they do German floor is because they want 2-story building or a story building. It depends on the topography of the land. The image you're looking at on the forum today, if it is a ground floor, all right, you do not need a German floor. It costs money. It's more or less like you doing a decking for additional floor. You do not necessarily need a German floor, but however, you can reinforce all the angles of the ground of the bungalow with columns and pillars, columns or pillars. So the German floor for this, like this foundation that is dug here, is going to about 2-story building. So whoever that is doing this is a very good solid ground, and you don't need a German floor for the image you are looking at on this forum now. This is a solid ground, hard ground. You do not need a German floor. However, when the foundation is finally done and you started setting the blocks for this one, I'm just answering the question of I'm answering the question of Kolade, is that I'm coming back to the foundation anyway. Once you started setting the block, okay, you'll see the image. Because if it's in an area where we have problem of Omonile, they will ask for extra money when you want to do German floor. They will ask the money because German floor is more or less like you're doing decking. So unless you're not in the area where they are doing Omonile, if it's an area of Omonile, you can avoid doing German floor. When you do the foundation and you get to the window level and you're about to get to the flooring, before you do the tiles, or you do the flooring before you put your tiles on wooden floor, the flooring, the thickness of it is ½ inches or quarter of an inches. You do every room, you have to put a concrete, granite and sharp sand. That is in place of German floor. It costs you less. It don't cost you much money as you do German floor, because German floor is specially done like you have to rent a concrete mixer. So it's like you are building an additional floor for a second floor. So I hope I have answered you. If you are doing 3-story building, for you to have a solid foundation, you could do German floor. Okay, so that is to stand the weight of the 2 other floors. But if you're doing a bungalow, you don't need German floor. But however, if you have a land that has water around it, I would recommend a German floor. If you notice there is water, or it's a swampy place, places like Aja, places like some riverine, some waterlogged areas in Lagos or Ogun, then you need a German floor. It's quite expensive. Okay, let me go back to today's topic. Like I said, to some of us who don't have idea of foundation, are coming for the first time, they're trying to do things. We should be able to have idea of what we are talking about here. Okay, right. The materials you will need. This is 3-quarter granite. 3-quarter granite is usually mostly recommended. Okay, 3-quarter granite is mostly recommended when you are doing your foundation. All right, this is 3-quarter granite. I will be able to get you a better image in a minute. If you bear with me, I'll get you a better. That looks better. That's 3-quarter granite. Is used for foundation. Is a multi-purpose use. We use 3-quarter granite. Is a multi-purpose use for foundation and for decking. Okay, we use it for that's the structure, the texture of it. When the sharp sand is mixed together with this and cement, it comes together solid, and water don't penetrate when it rains. And when if after the foundation they don't quickly lay there, it sets well. Okay, so if you have any questions as far as foundation is concerned, I'm here. But if you don't see the image properly, please let me know so I can get you a better image on this. That is that's another texture. That's 3-quarter granite. This is the price of 3-quarter granite as I'm talking to you today. 20 tons is called 10 tires lorry. This is the terminology they use if your contractor is telling you about 20 tons of granite. 20 tons of granite is 110,000 naira in Lagos today. Yesterday and today, that's the price of 20 tons granite is 10 tires lorry. There's a big lorry, and is a lot that you can get from this 20 tons granite lorry. So if you're just about to start a project, or you're contemplating to start a project, 20 tons, this is 3-quarter granite, and depending on the state where you are building your house, it might be slightly cheaper in Ibadan, it might be slightly cheaper in Ogun, but I'm giving you the price of Lagos. 20 ton 10 tires is 110,000 naira today. Okay, let me just try and see if I can get another image for you. Now we come to sharp sand. Please remember, when you do the foundation, the 3 important materials that you need to do your complete your foundation, the 3 important materials that you need to do your to start your foundation is 3-quarter granite. Okay, is sharp sand. The sharp sand, the image of sharp sand which you've just seen here, this is sharp sand, quality sharp sand. 20 ton of this is 50 to 60,000 naira. This is Lagos price. If you don't, some other places where you can maybe in Oyo, or maybe in Ogun, maybe in Kwara, the price might be slightly about 2,000 to 5,000 naira less. So you need this, okay, and then you need the 3-quarter granite. Okay, you need this. After the foundation has been done, I'm just giving an illustration for those just coming into the field of construction, or maybe they're just being told. So when your contractor is mentioning things like granite, This is what is called granite, not gravel. Is called granite. Okay, like I said, this is a sharp sand. When they're talking about sharp sand, this is what they mean by sharp sand. It's not, the texture is not smooth. It is used combined together with a 3/4 granite and the cement. You need 3/4 granite, you need sharp sand, and you need loads of cement. Now the price of cement, sorry about that. The price of sharp sand today is between 50 to 60,000 naira. 10 tons lorry. 10 tons lorry is 10 tires. These are the terminologies most of our contractors are using. We are based abroad. You in Malaysia, you in US, you in Canada, you in any in diaspora. You are out of Nigeria. When they start mentioning 10 tons, 20 tons, 10 tires lorry. This is what is classified. It's either 20 tons or 10 tire lorry or name it. But they mention sharp sand, they mention 3/4 granite. This is the texture. The image comes straight to your mind that you've heard from me one of these days. Okay, bear with me. Let me see if I've got questions to answer today. All right. So if you're just coming to construction industry, industry, or you're planning to do a house in Nigeria, so sharp sand, Lagos is between 50 and 60,000. Granite is between 105 to 110,000. That is 10 tires or 20 tons. That's the terminology they use. Okay, now let me move on. Right, that is the image of a sharp sand. It looks like sharp sand. Well, so when they don't need to send you the image. You can probe them and say, are you using a sharp sand? Are you using a 3/4 granite? Are you using is it the size of the lorry, the 10 tires lorry, or is it 20 tons lorry? So these are the things you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about in terms of the construction of building houses in Nigeria. Now this takes us to the next product or next item, which is the cement. Luckily, the price of cement is relatively stable in Nigeria now today. All right, the prices are relatively stable now. For some time, it's been fluctuating between 2,600 to 2,500, depending. I'm giving you the price of Lagos today. The price of Lagos cement. Dangote, we have 3 types of cement. We have the Dangote, we have elephant cement, we have horse, which is Folawiyo cement. Obviously, the gentleman is no longer is passed on, and the family is still working on carrying on the business. So you need the 3/4 granite, you need the sharp sand for your foundation, you need 3/4 granite, and then you also need loads of bags of cement to do the foundation. Okay, so if you're just coming into construction, you want to start a project in Nigeria, these are the things that when your contractors are talking about it, you will be able to go along with them. That's cement there. Cement, depending on how many bags you want to do. Okay, in this forum, I'm going to do an analysis of how many bags of cement you will need for a 2-bedroom or a 2-bedroom foundation. I might as well just tell you today, if you are doing a twin flat of a 3-bedroom flat and you want to do a foundation, all you need is a 20-ton 10 tires 3/4 granite. Okay, don't let any contractor mess you up. So let me go back to that image. What you need for a foundation of 2 flats together, 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom flat on one side, 4-bedroom flat on a plot of land which you want to build. All you need is a 10 tires 3/4 granite, which is about 110,000, and a sharp sand, a 20-ton 10 tire, which is 50 to 60,000 naira, and then you need what's it called? You need about 60 bags of cement. If you have your calculator there, you can calculate that quickly. That's just the basic amount of items you need to do your foundation. You will not even finish the whole granite. You cannot finish the whole granite for the foundation if you are just to do the foundation alone. So when your contractor is quoting, don't let them do, because the experience that I've had with some of the fans on this show is that some of these contractors, they tend to overinflate. You have to be very careful here. They tend to overinflate materials. This is where they make their money from. If they can't make money from labor, yes, they tend to make money from sorry, bear with me, I've got a little bit, sorry, if they can't make money from workman or labor, they tend to overinflate the material prices that they are telling you. So you can have an idea of what I'm talking about if you are to do a foundation. If somebody is quoting for you that, okay, the foundation for 3-bed or 4-bed flat together on a plot of land, how many sharp sand, lorry of sharp sand or tons of sharp sand that we need, how many lorry of how many lorries of 3/4 granite do we need? Sorry, let me be honest with you, you don't need more than 1 lorry of sharp sand, 1 lorry of granite to be able to do your foundation. Foundation don't take so much materials, but the most important thing is that they are properly mixed together. They are mixed well, and then it becomes very solid. But however, when you buy the granite, you buy the sharp sand, you buy the cement, and your laborers are already on site and they are ready to mix it. Okay, they cannot use more than half of this. And also, depending on the state you are, do not let your contractor fob you. Do not let your contractor overinflate material. You have an idea of what I'm talking about, that you only need 1 lorry of granite, 1 lorry of sharp sand, and depending on the size of the room of the living room or the bedroom, you only need between 50 to 60 bags of cement, right? Some of them will quote to you and say you need 100 bags. Don't listen to them. Give us a ring and we will analyze it for you. What they do, 2,500 of cement, of a bag of cement, they will multiply by the number of bags that they are not using. This one goes to their pocket. This is added to the money they already charge you for the labor. Okay, so that is number one thing that you need to please endeavor to. When you listen to my video, you'll be able to have you'll be able to wise. I'm trying to save you money. I've helped a lot of people on this show where people don't need the project only need 20 bags or 50 bags of cement, but the contractor has overinflated the materials times 5 of it, but I was able to save. So where this forum is try to conserve make us to conserve our fund, to make our project to get completed as quickly as possible rather than exploiting us. So we're trying to save people from exploitation from this forum. We save you from being exploited. We save you from not being from those silly contractors that use substandard products, substandard materials. They try to cut back to be able to get their own profit. No, this is not right. You are abroad. They don't know how hard, how difficult you are making it to run up and down, to work 7 jobs or 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Some of you don't even stay in the house. You work in the night. You make the money. Some of you even borrow the money from banks. Some of you borrow credit. Some of you sell your things to be able to raise this money and say that Nigeria, I want to establish something in Nigeria. But these silly contractors, they thought money is just being plucked from the tree abroad, and then because of that they overinflate. And like I said, I've mentioned it here. Sorry, woman. We were told we need 3,000 blocks, 9 inches, and 50 bags of cement for fencing of 120 by 120 land size. Please Yeah, that's true. Mr. Dotun, all right. That's, yeah, that for 120 by 120, that's more than a plot of land. 3,000. Do you know what you could do? I know it's about that amount of blocks, but can you do me a favor? Okay, try as much as possible. Let them buy 2,000 blocks. Don't buy the 3,000 blocks at one go. Buy 1,500 blocks for them, and let somebody go to the site and count the 1,500 blocks. Okay, so if you buy them 3,000 blocks in one go, they will still come back with one story. I don't know what kind of how honest your contractor is, but don't buy the whole 3,000 blocks for them. Okay, thank you, Doctor. I hope I've answered your question. Okay, right. Like I was saying, do not allow contractors recommend their friends. I've mentioned it before on this forum. Do not let them recommend their friends for you, because what they do, they go behind to go and get a cut from all these recommendations I've mentioned here before. When somebody wanted to buy wood for their roof, and then they took them to the sawmill to buy wood. However, it is where they took you. Excuse me. You don't know the people that are selling. They've already had connection and colluded with the wood seller. They took you to the place, to the sawmill. You don't know the sawmill properly, but because they know these people, they will tell you that this man is coming to buy wood. What this is the price you should give them. Don't go beyond that. And they've struck a bargain. They've actually completed the business before you even get there. So you put the money down, and they go behind you to collect money. So whichever way, you can never lose. They can never lose. The same way, these are the people that will recommend plumber, recommend plasterer, recommend tiler, recommend electrician for you. But all these workmen, they have is like a ring of syndicate where they can make one or two things from there. So you have to find your own contractor. If it's going to cost you, do research. Speak to people like us. We get people to get your project done. All right. Okay. So going back to our story of the day. Now, please, if you have questions, do ask. We are here to save people from heartache. They are running away with people money, and we don't want you guys to work hard abroad and then carry your hard-earned money that you have sweated for, and for somebody to run away with it. So this is what this forum is all about. Okay, bear with me. I think I've got something. Okay, bear with me. Right. Let me see. Cement. Sorry. So this is the cement. Like I said, there are 3 types of cement. The most popular ones in Nigeria is the Dangote one. The most popular cement in Nigeria is the Dangote one. But however, we have other ones. Like I said, the horse is Folawiyo cement, and Dangote is another one that they use. Okay, right. Let's now go to the blocks. This is the image of 6 inches block. Okay, to those of us who don't know the measurement of this, is how 6 inches blocks looks like. We use 6 inches blocks for fencing. Okay, right. Mr. Kola, please do not let them buy you. Do not let them, Mr. Dotun, do not let them recommend 9 inches blocks for you for your fencing, and then they will go and they will recommend 9 inches blocks. They will take the money of 9 inches blocks, and then they will go and buy 6 inches blocks. Now let me mention here, 9 inches blocks is cheap, is more expensive than 6 inches blocks. All right, this is still 6 inches blocks. This is 9 inches blocks. This is 9 inches blocks. 9 inches blocks in Lagos today is 200 naira. Some places they sell it 220. They do put some extra sharp sand into this, and extra cement. This extra factor which they put in it makes it more expensive and more solid, more strong. So when you are doing your fence, so like I said, this block is used. Okay, let me go backtrack a bit. Right, this is 6 inches. This is your 6 inches block. Right, it's used for fencing and it's used for the window side of construction or building construction. It's used for 6 inches block. It's used for fencing. It costs less money. And it's used for the window side of construction, window side of the project. So it costs, you're spending less. 6 inches is 170 naira. 170 naira in Lagos, 180 naira. In some places they sell it 190, whilst 9 inches is 220. But most constant price of 9 inches is 200. Okay, right? So do not let your contractor deceive you. Okay, all right. I'll show you the image of it. That is a 6 inches block, and that is 9 inches block. Okay, 6 inches 170, 9 inches 200. All right. Now this is the typical image of a beginning of the foundation. They've done all the digging. They've done all they need to do. But a very good contractor is still leaving all the lines. You remember when the land was full of grass? Excuse me. It was full of grass. The grass is no longer there. They've dug the place. They've dug it to the level of the height of what the building. Till the deeper the foundation, the higher the roof, the higher the building. So they've dug the foundation. It's deeper. They've mixed granite with sharp sand, with cement. So that's the bed of the foundation. So they've done that. They probably have done this. They leave it for one day, and they get strong. And when it's stronger, they realize that, okay, the foundation is now very solid. You could see that they've used, look at the 9 inches blocks that was arranged beside the foundation bed. So those are the ones that they want to use to start. Diamond floor is when you are taking your house to a story or more building. If it's dry land or not, it must, because it's the German floor, will take much load for my own experience with engineer. It takes, that's what I say. Michael, thank you for your contribution. Right, please keep coming. You see, your contractor will recommend for you, but it is not that it has to be under must, that is a must that you have to. You don't have to, but if you want to, for the purpose of whatever you want to build, you can. But it's to save people money. It is not a must that you have to do a diamond floor, especially if you say a land that is very good and very flat and dry, and the place is plain. You don't have to do a diamond. If it is a ground floor, if it is a one ground floor, you don't have to do diamond floor. Okay, if it is a story building, depending on I've explained earlier on, depending on the rock, on the nature of the soil, so you don't have to do it. But you can reinforce inside about 30 pillars, 30 columns inside the corners of all the rooms. Okay, so thank you, Michael. Thank you. Please, if you have not subscribe to this channel. Please, let's share your experience. That is the experience of Michael, the engineer did that. So that is the 9 inches block for one of the building, the projects there. So it depends on the height of how high the building. That's one, and then that's what you see there now. The foundation, they have now laid the blocks. The building is taking shape. Everything is now. This house, this project indicates that it's going to about 2 floors or 3 floors. It's a good solid ground. The heart is very reddish there, and then you could see the iron rod for the pillars. They already don't put them in places and in shape. So depending on what you are building, they will record. These are the iron rod. Let me come to you. If you are doing your iron rod, please do not let them to give you 10 mm rod, because it will not hold the columns or the pillar properly. All right, so that's a repetition of the image there. So you could see the iron rod towards the screen of the screen. The iron rod is what they will use for the pillar and the columns. Okay, so that some people use. Let me be honest with you. Do not try and get a supervisor to go around, because sometimes they said they will use 15 mm rod and they end up using 10 mm or 12 mm. He's not going to hold the columns properly. He won't hold the pillars properly. When they use the thinner the iron rod, they will not, the pillars and the columns will not be holding properly. Okay, so let me move to the other images. So the building is taking shape. Look at the iron rods and look at them taking shape. See, the building is coming on gradually. All right, as a repetition. See, they've done German floor here. Let me cite a quick note of one here. Now, conduit. Some of us, look at those blue pillars. The owner of this project don't want anything sticking out of the house, so they've already mapped out that their waste pipe and all whatever water pipe or waste pipe or kitchen pipe or toilet pipe must be buried in the blocks. So that's why they've made those poles to go through. See, if you see by the side of the pole, they've actually done German floor on this project. This is a German floor project. Okay, and the person has spent quite a amount of money, considerable amount of money here. Say that's an image there. The most of the project images you're seeing are houses that are going to high story building. Okay, all right. So look at that, and they even do raft. If you look at the foundation of that, it's all concrete right from before they start putting the blocks on it. Okay, right. So bear with me. Say 9 inches blocks is being laid there. The bricklayers are work. They already, that's the top 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the fourth coach. 1, 2, 3, 4 coaches. They are at work now. Okay, so that's what's that? To understand clearly, if I want to build 2-story house on a dry land like in Shimawa, okay, I need a German floor. Right, Shimawa's area, the land has a little bit of water. Depends. Majority of the I know Shimawa on the along express very well. So there are two different places in this area. Some of them have a little bit of water. Some of them don't have water. The dry to be on the safer side, budget for a German floor. However, you have to contend with Omonile in this area. I know them very well. The moment you start foundation, they will come and collect money for your foundation. Bear with me. In Shimawa area, I know them very well. Okay, and I know these are what's this towards the Dean area, towards what's it called? I've forgotten this. Anyway, just cut the long story short, I know the area very well. The Omonile, they are crafty, very crafty. They will ask for the money for the foundation. After that, they will come when you lay the blocks and you want to start the German floor. They will come for money because they believe that German floor is more or less like a decking. It's another investment. So they will ask for money. That's why I'm trying to avoid, but you will need it. So budget, as you are budgeting for your German floor, budget for the Omonile money. Okay, right. So that's just a note of warning there, because they are common. Shimawa is under Ogun State, for local government. Okay, all right. So let me go ahead with the images. Okay, so like we've seen that. So that's a rough state of the nature. That's the coach. How many coaches there now? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I think we've seen that. Right. This is the preparation for German floor. If you look at this image here, they've 1 by 12. That wood that you see around on the edges, this is inch by 12. that is 12 feet long and the thickness of the wood is 1 inch. The length is 12. The edges is 12 inches, but 12 foot. So this is what you use to cap the edges of diamond floor. They are preparing it. They're making up broken rocks on that diamond. They are preparing for diamond floor. It looks like this person they know what they are doing. Okay, this is a typical of diamond floor. Doesn't have, some people even put iron rod above it. All right. Okay. Yes, need diamond floor, Mr. Dotun. You are building 2-story. I make mine at Mowe. Okay, Mowe. Yeah, Mowe is necessary to do diamond floor. The house to stand correct. Also for the load on the pillar to resist. Thank you, Michael. Michael, thank you for that. Yes, we are all familiar with Mowe. What's it called? Mowe, Banku, Wawa, Arepo area, or what's the other one? I've forgotten the other place there. Anyway, we are all, thank you guys, that we all know all the areas very well. Thank you. So that is diamond floor preparation. So when your contractor is mentioning things like this, like inch by 12 by this, iron rod, the size of the iron rod, which is 15 mm to 16 mm. These are for the pillars. They're already making. If you look at the image very closely, they are already doing the conduit pipes for these images. Thank you very much. You see, please subscribe to my channel. I want a lot of people to subscribe. So far, I've got 2,300 subscribers, so that YouTube can pay me at some point. But at the moment, YouTube is not paying anything. But it's my passion, and I like it, and I don't want people who are based abroad to get themselves being cheated by contractors. So this forum is going to go big. Very soon we're going to have a TV channel, and some of us, anybody who wants to be a partner of it, that want to be partners to have a TV channel, we can invite you, and you sit down. We sit down on TV channel. We'll be co-presenters together. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. All right, so let me go to the next image because of time. Bear with me 1 second. So if you have any concern, please, we've seen people making contribution today, right? Thank you. Bear with me. Let me see what I can do on that. Right. What do we have here? Bear with me. Let me see. Right. Look at this image here. This is a lovely project. They've already they know what they want. They've passed all the pipes through before the foundation. So this is a very, very good typical illustration. See, people don't want things sticking out of their houses anymore. That's a waste pipe for the toilet, and the other one, blue one, or the long one, the slimmer one, is a quarter pipe for the bathroom. Sorry, for the sink, and for the shower, for the bathroom. So these ones are connected before. This is prepared for the decking. Once the decking is done, it's finally done, it's going to cover all this pipe, and nobody's not going to be drilling holes here and there on the wall. So if this is something that you can take on board for your project. If you want to build decking your house, this is something good that is being introduced into construction in Nigeria. Of course, it's very safe, doesn't leak. They've already made all the edges tight. They tighten all the edges and seal it, so your water, no pipes on the wall, nothing sticking out. So this is a good innovation and something you can copy and use for your project. Okay, let me see if I can get right. See, all the pipes are coming out of that. Right, see, when they are doing the German floor, that's a that looks like a story building. They've covered the decking here. I can fault, if you look at those pipes, those great big pipes, they are for water and the rest of it, but the electric ones are the one that has lined. But the person who the engineer who did this project, there's too much gap between the iron rod I don't know how they allow the iron rod to have too much space like this. Okay, please, when you're doing your project, remember to let them send you images before they start covering things up with concrete. Some contractors are so clever, are so bad that they cover things up before you know it, because the owner is not around. Things are really destroyed. Okay. Oh, thank you. Recruiting more people. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Dotun. Right. So the image that we saw here, let me send that image over. So this image is, even though it's a good idea to do conduit, but it looks like the cement bit has been is 6 inches thick decking. However, the spacing of the iron rod is not the normal standard or normal measurement. So please, when your contractor is doing things, let them be sending illustrative images to you, so that you can correct before they do it. Text me, WhatsApp me, and send me those pictures, so that I can get them vetted for you before they cover rubbish up and they collect huge amount of money from you. You don't want to see your project and then be crying. You know, you don't want to say, oh, what? And this man took this amount of money from me. Look at what they have done. So that's why you need to see. Okay, right. Let me see what we can do here. Right, that's the, yeah. Look at that. That's look at the foundation. They have already taken to story. They're putting the iron rod on that. Okay, bear with me. I think the image that we've seen there, the gentleman, they are working on the iron rod. Okay, so be careful when you are contracting things out, and when they are telling you they have done this, please don't rush to get this done. Try and ask people around and see whether this is being done properly or not before they cover anything, because they have messed a lot of people up. Like when it gets to there's a gentleman whose house got to lintel level. They built a house. The guy is based in Italy, and they started the foundation with 6 inches blocks. They built the whole house excuse me, with a 6 inches blocks. It was obvious that something was wrong. From foundation to roof level, they built a house with 6 inches block, and they collected 9 inches money from this person, which was what if the lady did not know anything about building construction. And there's nothing wrong using 6 inches, but when it comes to the issue of electrical installation, there is going to be loads of cracking all the time. They have to be, once they drill a hole, entire wall can crack down. So, and it's difficult to amend when things start cracking. Okay, so you will save yourself a lot of hassles and heartache to make sure that every stage they start work, you have to question it, right? And the weight will be too much on top of a 6 inches block. People use 6 inches block, but don't get me wrong. But however, for somebody who is based abroad, they're supposed to know much better. They should not be doing things like that for you. At the end of the day, when the ladies saw the house, they cannot demolish it. They have to continue. So, and that is what we want people not to get stuck into shabby construction houses. You can't be based abroad when you're living in good houses like this, and then you now want to go home and then you see what the nonsense they have done for you. So we want to prevent that. We want you to have good value for your money. So at every stage of your construction, you have to query, you have to hold on, you tell them not to rush. Like I said, at lintel level, instead of them to use four lengths of iron rod square together, they used 3 instead of 4. They use it like a triangle instead of a square. They use triangle. However, they have covered it. It was only 1 window or 2 windows that we discovered. Somebody took the picture and sent it to the owner. Obviously, the ones that they've done, they cannot break it anymore. they cannot break it. So we have to be very careful. It's not easy to make money abroad. I know people are working hard, people are doing things that they shouldn't do, and if they're not caught, they're not caught. But at the end of the day, they struggle, they make ends meet, they pay the price, they paid the tax, they pay the dues that they meant to pay, and they work in a very terrible weather, snowy period. People work. Some people, when they are work like this, they are crying. They are crying because they don't. This land is not meant for us. It's not a terrain where we are here to better our life, to improve our lives. At the same time, when you now raise the money for one idiot, permit me for the word I use, somewhere there now siphoning the money and doing party, enjoying, spending, lavishing money for women. It's not right, because we work hard. Let me be honest. Sometimes within a year, I might not buy one single shoe, or you yourself might not buy one single shoe or buy a shirt. You walk through the year to work out, to pay the bills, to pay this, to pay that, and then even the little ones that you put aside or that you borrow, you want to make sure that you want to get a good value for it back at home, and then somebody somewhere is trying to make fun of it, to do a run out with the money. So we don't want this to happen at all. We really don't want you to feel bad. I've had cases, people from Italy, that they have been there for years, and from other countries in Asia, in Europe, that they've been there for they vow that they will never want to do anything in Nigeria because of what? Because of what either family members have done to them. They ask them to build their house for them, they ask them to buy land for them, they ask them to do something for them, but instead they send them photographs of something else, and by the time they get to know and inspect what they said they have done for them, there was nothing there. So some of them, they kill them, they kill their spirit, they vow that they will never go to Nigeria anymore. No, it's not the case. You might have been messed up in the past, but this is a clarion call, a wake-up call for us. We are here to improve our lives and to get back home to invest. Theresa May, Theresa May of United Kingdom went to Nigeria some months ago to sign a pact. Took 27 businessmen to Nigeria, because if they don't see anything good in Nigeria, they won't go to Nigeria. That means there is home is home. No matter how long you spend abroad, your home is still your home. Make sure you get something tangible invested in Nigeria. Whether it's a land, whether it's a house, whether it's a flat, invest in Nigeria, because what you think is not working, foreigners are going there and they are investing. That you own something, you don't want foreigners to be taking things that you should be part of. It's part of the global changes. Economy will not improve better than with the country where you are. Things will not get better, things will get worse as we are moving. Because let me be honest with you, the next World Cup is in the next I got something itching me. The next World Cup, Qatar. Before you know it, we just did one World Cup. Before you know it, another World Cup is here. You look at January to now, you look at what have you done? What have you actually done concretely that you can say that this is an achievement I've made this year? But if you look at yourself and realize that no, definitely there is nothing that you have done at all this year, then you can look and say, well, you know what, I'm not going to go into 2019 without making a quality and constructive decision. Now, people will be saying, hey, if you come to Nigeria, they're going to take your money. Right. It's risk. You've got to take that constructive risk that within the next 3 years, I must build something. I must make sure that something is completely done. So that by the time you see, when you begin to see the pictures of all the things you've done, you're going to be happy with yourself. This place that we are here abroad is not made for us. It is not made for us. It is not made for us. Okay, right. So let me see if I have a little bit more images that I've not shown our people here. Okay, I'm going to round up in a minute now, and if you have any burning questions, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, before I round up for today, you will need, please, and if you're shy of questions, you can WhatsApp me. I'll take your call anytime. And once again, I want to say thank you to everybody that has been part of today's today's forum. Please tell friends how interesting the forum is. I don't know it all. We are together for ourselves. You can give me ideas. I can give you ideas. We rub minds together. We can together do something great in Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria is our country. There's no place like home. This place, don't forget that if you don't come here, if you are in Nigeria, you will still make ends meet. If you are a hustler, we are all hustler. You and I are hustlers. We hustle to make it here and there. If we are not hustlers, we won't be where we are. We won't be in the country where we are. Those that are in Malaysia, those that are in Singapore, those that are in Turkey, those that are in London, those that are in Germany, those that are in Spain, those are in, just name it, in South Africa. We are all hustlers, and we will all hustle to make it. Seriously, if you are not an hustler, you will not be outside Nigeria. And we hustle, and we're making it. We're all making it together. But we don't want us to change. We want to change that mindset that as you hustle, remember home. Home is home. The terrain, the place where you are, is not for you. It's not for black people. It's for you to improve your life and take that mentality back home and build something. Okay, we are all hustlers, including me. I'm a hustler. Okay, and I can hustle anything that will get me extra money, which you and I are doing wherever we are. We just have to apply common sense, number 6, to whatever hustle we're doing. We don't want anybody to brainwash us. That's why we are here. And at the end of the day, we want to make ends. We want to prove it that I did not leave Nigeria just like that. Because the people we left in Nigeria, they are making ends meet. They're making it. They're making it very well. They are doing very well. Let me be honest with you. I've mentioned it here before. You buy cars. Don't get me wrong. You can buy cars. You can buy this. You can buy that. You enjoy yourself. But you got to think it at the back of your mind that look, all this don't go on forever. They don't go on forever. We are all hustlers. You don't go on forever because you buy cars. Every every year you buy a car. Every year it depreciates by 1,000. Those of you that bought $15,000 car, $20,000 car, £20,000, $15,000, or you're doing credit, fine. There's nothing wrong, but you are wasting money. Nigeria is a place where you buy something £100 and you sell it for £200. Sorry, Nigeria is a place where you 100% profit. You buy a land. You don't have to. You can just those cheap lands, 300,000, 500,000, 400,000. Like on the previous videos that we have them that we scroll all the prices of cheap land in Nigeria. But you got to verify it. Nobody's asking for money now. We're asking for money from you, but you verify before you put your hard-earned money down. So you buy 5 acres, 10 acres for farming. You don't have to even farm it. Keep it for several years. You don't have to fence it as long as you get some people to farm on it. And in the next 4 years, the next World Cup, you can start selling 1 or 2, 3 of it that you sell, which has double the price. You can use it to finance your own project, to build your own house. Okay, so I have done relatively 1 hour 3 minutes today. Please, I do appreciate all our Nigerian friends, fans from US, from Canada, from Turkey, from Malaysia, from Singapore, from Japan, from China, from Spain, because I've got loads of you guys. I quite appreciate you. Are my good friends, and we will together rub minds together to make it constructive ideas. If you have it, please come. Let's rub together. Let's make this channel, this forum, a very thick one for ladies, for young people, for people that have been abroad for years. It's not forever. Okay, so I'm going to stop here today. I want to say thank you for all of the contributions. I want to say Dr. Michael all my friends from California. Ike, I've not seen you on today. Kola Day, thank you for your contribution. Please, let me be honest with you. This forum, this video, if you want to rewatch it, it will be available in the next 30 minutes because YouTube will vet it whether it's something that is incriminating. And also, I have a website called ganjua.com, www.ganjua.com. You can compare prices of building materials. It's my website, ganjua.com. You can compare. You can. This is a place to compare. Building materials. Materials in Nigeria. This is www.ganjua.com. I run this website to compare prices of materials. Okay, so I want to say thank you. This forum always takes place every Sunday. I was only last Sunday I couldn't come on here, so invite friends. Issues apart from constructions, issues that we can work together. You see, nobody is an island. So what I know, you don't know it. What you know, I don't know it. We share things about relationships. We can do it. Nobody knows your address. Nobody's gonna send somebody to your place. These are young, these are Nigerians, generations that they want to help. They're not trying to take from you. They want your life to be better. Okay, we will together change the image of our country. All right, Nigeria is good. Nigeria is blessed. Nigeria is wonderful. Nigeria is a place where Nigeria is a place where I've never bought a full tank. I've said it before. I've never bought a full tank petrol in UK before. I'm based in UK and I travel to Nigeria every 2 months. First time I bought a petrol. I bought a petrol of a full tank petrol. It was very cheap. I even gave the lady tip back. It's cheap and the cars are cheaper to run. Because it's our country. You will get there, you enjoy yourself. You don't eat genetic modified food, natural food, natural things. So Nigeria is good, okay? Right? We're going to it's sharp sand, 20 tons at present place. Right. Oh, thank you, Ade. Thank you. Please, I appreciate it. We are all hustlers. We've got to like ourselves. I hustle. Maybe one of these days I'm going to share the story of how I got into UK. It doesn't matter how you get to where you are. It doesn't matter. God has proposed that you're going to be there. You know how many millions of people that have tried half of the chances, half of the way and opportunity, half of the way you've tried to enter the country you are and still couldn't get it. God has destined that you're going to be where you are, so you take advantage of the place. Believe me, God has destined, God has proposed that you're going to be there. You're going to enjoy part of what the people in that country are enjoying. So do not take lightly of what you are doing. You're such a big person. You look at yourself and say, look, this is me. And I remember several years ago, I cannot afford things like that. It doesn't matter whether you came through the back door, you came through asylum seeking, or you came through one way or the other, but the fact remains that you got there in the end, and God was behind all of us. We're all hustlers. We're all hustlers. Good hustlers, not bad hustlers. Good hustlers in the sense that we do good things. Yeah. In Ibadan, our president has been moved. So where in Ibadan is this? Where the project is. So, but don't worry. You can always commune with me if they want to, so that they won't swindle you. We are hustlers. We hustle very well, and we thank God that our hustling has paid off. We can think back home and build something. So don't let your hustling be in vain. Okay. So I'll keep talking. I say I'm going to stand. I'm going to end. So on every Sunday I will come on, invite people. We share ideas. We share things that will make us to make money, how we can make money, how we can ship things back home, things that are moving on well, that you can sell. You can load it in a van, in a container. You don't have to do container. We're going to discuss about things on the small items that can turn to money. I remember I told you about this switch. This switch here. Bear with me. To remember, I was telling you, if you are here in UK, this is about £1. A quality of this switch and plugs, the one with USB connection. We rob about things that with beautiful things that we can put in a bag as we are traveling, or you have a friend that's traveling, you can ship it to him, a good friend. See, we will talk about so many things on this show, and those of you that probably think you've been messed up in the past, no, don't worry, the things are getting better. All right. No problem. Yeah, I'm expecting anytime you WhatsApp me, I will reply you. I'm not asking. I just want people to be happy in the end. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave you here now. Enough of the talking today. My prayer is that our hustling abroad, in Malaysia, in China, in Singapore, in Turkey, in UK, in Europe, in US, in Canada, in Russia, in Kazakhstan, will not go in vain. We will make it. We have already made it. Coming to this forum is something that has made us to make it. So we will hustle. We will not hustle in vain. And on this note, I will say at the end of this show, if you want to watch it again, give it another 30 minutes. The video will be readily available again. You can rewatch it, you can share with your friends, and let them register, let them subscribe, so that at some point in time in future I can be getting one or two things from YouTube. Thank you. I love you. God bless you. Keep pushing. We will all get together, make it in Nigeria. And on this note, I say God bless you all, and then we will all succeed together in Jesus' name. All right. Thank you.